Well, it's been a while, but it's a Wodge. Good grief. Why do they never go in for me? Hi everyone, back again. Yes, pretty quickly this time, although it's quite shocking to think that it's been 2 years to the day that I have done a Wodge video. Where did the time go? It's just ridiculous. I cannot believe it's 2 years. It's ridiculous. I mean, I know I did a video in September 83, I think, about records I bought on the same day, but I think that was the last video I did before the last couple of tag videos I've done. But back again, it's a Wodge, so let's get on with it. So I'm going to show 6 records. I don't want it to be too long. I could go on forever. One I've shown previously in a tag, one I bought last year, 2024, and then 4 charity shop finds from 2 different bands, or 2 artists, anyway. So the first one. So this was my record of the year, and look at all the fingerprints all over it. That's disgusting. Gonna have to clean that. My record of the year, 2023. I absolutely adore this album. So this is The Hives, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. So this was their first album for 11 years. I don't know, makes 2 years not doing a video. It's pale into insignificance, doesn't it, really? This is just Hives. I mean, they don't muck about. They just are the Hives. They play a sort of pretty high intensity kind of garage rock. Anybody who likes garage, that garage punk, garage rock sound. I mean, they blew up. I mean, I've got the first couple of albums on CD, the Swedish albums that were put together to put the first UK release, Your Favourite Band or whatever it's called. So that was the late 90s, that was. But they really blew up with Hate to Say I Told You So when he had the new garage rock revival, or whatever it was called, around the 2002, 2001, 2002, maybe about then. Or was it a bit earlier? When the White Stripes kick-started everything anyway. Yeah, this is the Stripes you know and love. The Hives you know and love. So it's just kick-ass all the way through, from Bogus Operandi all the way through to Step Out the Way. I just think it's a great album. There's Howling Pell Almquist. Mid-Air Leap, pretty standard for him. I've got the lyrics there. So the concept of the album is their chief songwriter passed away. Well, their fictitious chief songwriter passed away while they were inactive, and that's the reason they've been away so long. And they found a cache of his songs or something. So there's the label. Quite a retro-looking label, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a hoot. I find this record to be an absolute hoot, and I'm absolutely stoked that I've finally got a Hives album on vinyl. So there's the Hives. Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. Absolutely love that album. Okay. Now, my daughter has really got me listening to certain kinds of music again. Now, she's been through a hair metal phase, and she still loves that. And she's currently going through a hair metal phase. So there we go. So I'm currently listening to I'm dragging out loads of stuff that I've got on the shelves behind me. Maybe I should do a hair metal video. I think John 6-Inch Pianist might like that. I think he liked the odd band like that, didn't he? So this is a new metal band, and I really rediscovered them in the last year and a half. And I love all their albums, but this one is just phenomenal. I find I've listened to this over and over and over and over and over again. So this is Mesmerized by System of a Down. I cannot get enough of this album. I think it's heavy, but it's so catchy, and it's offset with some fantastic like they're where are they from? They're Armenian, aren't they? Or Armenian ethnicity, I think. Is that right? I hope I've got that right. But there's kind of folk sounds brought into it. So there's the inner sleeve. There's the band, Serge and the lads, Darren and all the other two, but I can't remember the names. I love the label. I absolutely love that label. So I just think this is brilliant. This is the one that's got BYOB on it, which I think is incredible. But just from start to finish, I find it to be such a sing-along album. Radio, video, violent pornography, old school Hollywood, lost in Hollywood. I just find it absolutely fantastic from start to finish. Love that album. I don't know whether I'll get the rest of them on vinyl. Produced by Rick Rubin. I've got them on CD, but this one absolutely blows me away every time I hear it. So, yeah. So that's fantastic. Right, on to the other couple of bands. So the first one I'm going to show is... Now, which one was first? So it's ELO. So I've got a couple... These are charity shop finds. I found these... I don't know when I got these. These have been... could have been languishing in a pile for a couple of years at least. So, but they're both charity shop finds. Which one was first? Is it? Oh, it's 77. So we'll talk about New World Record first. I love this album. This is great from start to finish. The singles on here I really like Telephone Line is brilliant. Living Thing, Do Ya, which was apparently a Move song. I don't know the Move that well. I'm sure somebody knows better than I do. But I think this is great from start to finish. It's Rock Aria is brilliant. There's some really good rock and roll mixed with the classical stuff. I've got to stick the cover back together. It has got the inner, although the record's falling out the bottom. I should probably put that in a new sleeve. But yeah, it sounds brilliant. I love... It's the Yellow label and Jet Records. Is it Jet? Yeah, Jet Records. Upside down. There we go. I thoroughly enjoyed this record. Yeah, it's really good from start to finish. And I must get that in another sleeve before it falls out completely. Not good. Yeah, love that one. Now, I also picked up a copy of Out the Blue. Now, this is obviously a charity shop find because it's kind of falling apart a bit. I've tried sticking it together, but because there's so much stuff jam-packed into here, it just doesn't want to stick. So I'm not going to muck about with it anymore. So this is obviously a double album they released in 77. Outside of the singles, this is not so good. I mean, I remember this being on TV all the time. I don't know whether it's for this one or whether it's for the one afterwards. Is it Discovery after this? I don't know. James Griffiths will know. Somebody will know. I just don't find this as good a listen. It's a bit sodgy. I mean, Turn to Stone's great. Sweet Talking Woman's good. I'm not a massive fan of Concerto for a Rainy Day. I thought that was a bit... Wild West Hero's a bit overblown. Mr. Blue Sky is fantastic. Of course, everybody loves Mr. Blue Sky. That's a fantastic song. But I just find this to be overlong. I don't know. Whereas New World Record is just like, succinct, it's not too much. It's gorgeous. Just, I don't know, just overblown, I think. Don't know. I mean, I'll listen to it again, but it didn't really grab me the way that New World Record did. So there we go. So that's Out the Blue, Electric Light Orchestra. Now I'm going to round off with a couple of albums by Rod the Mod. So I found these in a charity shop, just in a bin, and I thought, well, I'm not leaving those behind. I love Rod's early stuff, like The Faces and his first 4 or 5 albums. I think are absolutely brilliant. Love them to pieces. But I'd never really listened to his later stuff, so I saw these and I thought, yeah, let's go and have a look. So I got a copy of, first off, I got a copy of Footloose and Fancy Free. Doesn't he look divine? So this is the one that's got Hot Legs on it. Now, this is definitely a record of two halves. Side one is actually really good. Hot Legs, I think, is a really good Stonesy rocker. You're Insane is more, it's got kind of a funk, slight funkiness to it. I'm not going to say funk, it's not funk, but it's got a funkiness to it that I really like. You're in My Heart is such a sentimental, dopey sing-along, but you can't help but like it. When I first put this on, immediately transported back to like when was this released? 1977, and I remember it being around. Absolutely loved it. And then Born Loose is a really good rocker as well. Came with look at this, lovely look at that. So it's not really a lyric book, it's a photo book of, there's Hot Legs, of different songs, just visual representations. There's Born Loose. Kind of like a 50s pulp magazine, isn't it? And then you get to the second side. I don't know, second side. I mean, there's a ridiculous version of You Keep Me Hanging On here. It's like 7 minutes long, and it's not really a cover of the Diana Ross and the Supremes version. It's a cover of the Vanilla Fudge version, but it's extended out into a prog extended guitar workout. But then there's quiet bits, and then there's an orchestral bit of thing. I really like it. I think it's just so over the top. It's brilliant. And then it just tails right off after that. You got a cover of, now who wrote that? I can't remember who wrote. Hang on. Let's show you the Reaver. I mean, that is a great, bloody thing. That is a great, I've always loved that label, that Reaver label. I've been used wrong. Hampton Banks Jackson. I can't remember who did the original version. I could probably find it out, but I can't be bothered. It's a bit meh. You Really Got a Nerve is okay. I was only joking. Rock fans seem to love that song, and it's like, kind of like a bit, yeah, whatever. So I would quite happily play side one over again, but side two, kind of, I think, did James Griffiths he showed a couple of, did he show one or two Rod albums? And came to the conclusion that there's usually something worth listening to, but the whole album's pretty patchy. Which one did he show? Tonight's the Night? I can't remember now. But I came to the conclusion, yeah, there's, after the early stuff, there's not really a whole album's worth of material, decent material on any particular Rod album. So there's that one. And then just to round off, I did get a copy of this one, which is Body Wishes. This is terrible. This is awful for the most part. There's a couple of good tracks on it. I mean, I got it mainly because it's got Baby Jane, and I've always loved Baby Jane. I don't know what it is. I really like that. There was another decent track, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it... Oh, look at him in his kilt. Look at that. Is it Dancing Alone? Something else on side A. I think, is it Move Me? There's a rocker on side A that's decent enough. But overall, it's just turgid. I mean, it's really poor. Not a good album at all. But I'll keep it for Baby Jane, just because I like that. I've always liked Baby Jane. guilty pleasure, possibly. So there we go. A vinyl Wodge for the ages. The first one for 2 years. Quality or not. There you go. So I'm going to be back. I'm going to do CDs and all kinds of stuff and just whatever. So thanks for those people who've actually stuck around. And some people, thank you for the comments. There's like Eugene, who else? There's Bob. The comments on some of the tags, like Richie for the shout out on his tag video. Who else? Just the people who've come and commented after such a long time. Thank you ever so much, all of you. It's lovely to hear from you. And I hope I don't keep you waiting as long for another Wodge. I'm sure I'm not going to. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. Bye.